Welcome to today's tech tip. So we're at that time of year where there are a whole lot of field trips that are happening, and I'm starting to get questions about where exactly do you find who is on what field trip and how many field trips are going on, and where can I find out all this information in one centralized location. So the place to go is the BHS calendar. And then you can look at it yearly, monthly, or weekly. So again, under other calendars is the BHS calendar. I'm obviously in the yearly calendar. If I go to the monthly calendar, you can see that there's a whole lot of stuff going on, but you can see that there's a field trip here, a field trip here, a field trip here, and so forth. If I go to the weekly view, you can see things a little bit more clearly. It's not quite so cluttered up with all that stuff. At the bottom of this part of the screen, you can see the different hours of the day and different things that are scheduled that happen within those time frames. At the very top up here, you can see that there is no specified time period. So this is kind of an overarching, this is what's happening throughout the day. You can see that Camp Nawakwa is scheduled here. You can see that there are two different field trips. And when I click on that field trip, it will talk about what we know about the field trip itself and the students that are scheduled, at least at this point, to attend this field trip. These students may change the closer we get to the actual field trip. Some may drop out, some may be added to it. So it's always a good idea to check this ahead of time and then again the day before or the morning of that field trip to know what the finalized list is on here. Pam, Beth, and I try to keep this as up to date as we can. And sometimes the teachers will also be listed up here. If I go to the field trip Hershey Park, you can see up here anyway that Lieberman and Kelly are listed up here. This is the physics and chorus field trip to Hershey Park. And at this point, this is who is scheduled to go on this field trip. So as you go through the calendar, if you click on each of these bubbles, again, it will display the students that are on the field trips and so forth. And again, if I go back to the monthly view, you can see that there are things that are timed, but again, here are some of the field trips. Yours may show up as different colored bubbles. My BHS calendar I have set to green, but you can see I've got other bubbles in here as well. And again, you can see where the field trips on my calendar are. So check out your calendar, see what's scheduled, make sure you're subscribed to the BHS calendar if you're at the high school. If not, contact Beth or Pam about getting access to that BHS calendar. That way you can keep up to date as to what field trips are happening and when and who the teachers as well as the students are that are scheduled to go on there. And that is your tech tip for the day.